ॐ रत्नाकराधौतपदां हिमालयकिरीटिनीं ब्रह्मराजर्षिरत्नाढ्यां वन्दे भारतमातरम्. Namaste. Today we shall discuss what the Guna Sandhi is all about. Guna Sandhi, now this is the chart here. Last time we had seen what the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi is. In the Guna Sandhi, which is quite simple, the Purvakshara always is the A or A. The A variants always come in the Purvakshara. So that is very important. If there is any other swara but A in the Purva, then it can't be a Guna Sandhi. So it should always be either A or A in the Purvakshara. What is the Parakshara? Now, when the Parakshara, depending on what the Para Akshara is, the Adesha is thus decided. If the Para is E or E, the vowel A replaces both the Para and the Purva. Okay, just like the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, one vowel A will replace both the Purva and Para Akshara. They will dissolve and become A. If the Parakshara is U or U, these Purva and Para combine together to produce O. They will not retain their individual identity anymore. Similarly with R. Now here is a typo here, I think. Yeah. This is to be understood as the Dirgha R. R or R. When the Para is R or R, then the Adesha is Ar. The Adesha is Ar. Although Ar is not especially a vowel, but the Adesha, which means these set of consonants Ar will replace the vowel and the consonant Ar, shall replace both the Purva and Para. They will dissolve to form Ar. Similarly with L, when the Para is L, both of these together combine to produce Al. Let's see an example. Gana and Ishaha. Gan, A, Ishaha. Gana, Ishaha. Right? This is how you split. Trota. Trota is splitting the word. When you split the word Gana, you find that the last akshara, which is called the Purva, is A. And the first akshara of the second word, which is Isha, is Isha. E. A and E, they combine. What do they produce? A and E, they produce A. So both of them combine and they dissolve to produce A. Gan E Shah Ganeshah. Gan E Shah Ganeshah. Did you understand that? Okay. So then Loka plus Upakaraha. Now you see in each of these words, these examples, you see that the Purvakshara is A, but it need not be necessarily only A. This seems to be a coincidence here, but it could be A also. For example, Lata plus Ishaha. Lata, A plus Ishaha. It becomes again A itself. It doesn't become I, it becomes A. Lateshaha. Okay. Lateshaha. Ganeshaha. Now, Loka plus Upakaraha. A plus U. What does it form? Go back to the table and see. A and U forms O. It becomes O. They dissolve to form O. So, Lok O Pakaraha. Loko Pakaraha. A, E, A, U dissolve to form O. Loko Pakaraha. Then Bhishma Ritam. Bhishma Ritam. Bhishma A. Ritam. R. What does it form? Ar. So Bhishma Artam. Bhishma Artam. Bhishmartam. Bhishmartam. Now the funny thing is, you would, if you play a set of audios on a computer, one word, the first audio with Gana and the second word with Isha, and you run it quickly with a large frequency of playing them simultaneously, Probably you can also hear that dissolving of A and E to form A. It's like when you combine two colors, you get a third color, right? So when you combine A with E, you get A. Like red and yellow will form orange. Similarly, you get secondary colors. So you hear A and R combine to form a tertiary color called Ar. So Bhishmartam, Bhishmaratam, 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 Bhishmartam. You will, when you pronounce it quickly, you can no longer make a distinction between whether it is Ar or A and R, Artam. Similarly here, another imaginary example, Avagacha Lakaram. Avagacha Lakaram. It becomes Avagach A, Purvakshara is A, Lakaram, L. So Avagachal, Al. Why is it Al? Because A and L forms Al. Avagach Al Karam. Avagachal Karam. Avagachal Karam. Avagacha Lakaram. You see, you just go through the derivation you see here step by step. The Purvakshara is A, Parakshara is L, and they combine to form from the table Al. It becomes Avagach Al Karam, Avagachal Karam. I hope it's clear. In the next video, we shall see the Vriddhi Sandhi. धन्यवादः.